We'll start the proceedings with tilawat by Abdul Razak Sheikh Sahib.
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم الرحمن علم القرآن خلق الإنسان علمه البيان الشمس والقمر بحسبان والنجم والشجر يسجدان والسماء رفعها ووضع الميزان ألا تطغوا في الميزان وأقيموا الوزن بالقسط ولا تخسروا الميزان والأرض وضعها للأنام فيها فاكهة والنخل ذات الأكمام والحب ذو العصف والريحان فبأي آلاء ربكما تكذبان. Translation. In the name of Allah, the Gracious, the Merciful. It is God the Gracious who has taught the Quran. He has created man. He has taught him plain speech. The sun and the moon run their courses according to a fixed reckoning, and the stemless plants and the trees humbly submit to his will. And the heaven he has raised high and set up a measure, that you may not transgress the measure. So weigh all things in justice and fall not short of the measure. And he has set the earth for his creatures, therein all kinds of fruit and palm trees with shades, and grain with its husk and fragrant plants, which then of the favors of your Lord will you twain deny, O men and jinn.
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. Beloved Hazur, by the grace and mercy of Allah and the guidance and prayers of our beloved Hazur, may Allah strengthen his hand, the 15th Symposium of IAAAE Europe is coming to a successful end. We are honored and grateful to our beloved Hazur for his continuous guidance and prayers, and for giving us his precious time today and blessing us with his presence at the symposium. Beloved Hazur, a summary of the day is as follows. After months of preparations, the formal symposium started with breakfast at 8 a.m., followed by registration. The opening session commenced at 10 a.m., starting with reports from the various country chapters, including Holland, Germany, UK, and Lajna, Germany. The first presentation was on sustainability of smartphones by Rabia Anwar Saiba from Germany. The talk shed light on the damage caused to the planet and people through the production and use of smartphones and explained some possible countermeasures. The second presentation was on the completion of Dar es Salaam Mosque in Tanzania by Razak Sheikh Saab from the UK. The talk took the participants through the design and construction phase of the Jamaat's mosque project, which was completed under the direct guidance of Hazur Aqdas, may Allah strengthen his hand. We were informed that, Alhamdulillah, the project completed within the original budget. The second session commenced with a presentation titled Islamic Sacred Buildings and the Influence on Urban Development by Farhan Khan Sahib from Switzerland. The presenter explained the history of Islamic architecture across the world and how it developed over time till the modern day. The second presentation of this session was on technology trends and recent developments in the wind industry by Haris Nijab Saib from Germany. The delegates were informed about the current market, recent technological developments, and the outlook for wind energy as a renewable resource. The third presentation was given by Patricia Haveman from the Netherlands on her NGO, Mundo Unido, who are working for one united world based on respect and human dignity for all. Patricia informed the delegates about the good work her organization has done across the world and about adversities she overcame, which encouraged her to commence her charitable works. Umar Ahmed Saab from the UK then presented on the Masroor International Technical College, which is a relatively new project for IAAAE to train locals in Africa. This was followed by an appeal by Akram Ahmadi Sahib for funding for the technical college, who advised that it is our aim, inshallah, to design and construct the project with funds collected by members of IAAAE. Hazur Aqdas, may Allah strengthen his hands, has personally donated towards this project. After lunch in Zohr prayer, the IAAAE European elections were held. In the third session, the first presentation was on the future of sustainable education by Faiz Ahmed Saab from the UK, who explained the challenges of providing sustainable education worldwide and the importance of ensuring children get the right education. Next, Noshirwan Akram Saab gave a presentation on stimulating personal and professional growth, which touched upon how soft skills can help engineers grow in their professional career and how to continuously develop. Continuous development and improvement was something that our beloved Hazur, may Allah strengthen his hands, guided IAAAE members to do in the address at the 2017 IAAAE Symposium. Following this, the chairman of IAAAE Ghana, Munir Said Sahib, gave an update of their work, which included, by the grace of Allah, of holding their first symposium in 2018. Next, chairman of IAAAE Canada, Kamran Chaudhry Saab, gave an update of their work, which included works in South America, following guidance from Hazur Anwar. Beloved Hazur, some plenary sessions with group discussions were planned, but could not be held due to shortage of time. Jazakallah. Next, Akram Ahmadi Saab will give the IAAAE report.
أشهد أن لا إله إلا وحده لا شريك له وأشهد أن محمدا عبده ورسوله أما بعد فأعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. Hazur, as Moses just described, this is the 15th IAAAE Symposium, which is held actually very much in parallel with your election to the exalted office of Khilafat. And so we have been working along with you and developing during your period of Khilafat. This year we are blessed with participants from outside IAAA Europe, from Canada, Kamran Chaudhry Saab, and from Ghana, the General Secretary, Munir Hadi Saab. Next. So this year's theme, Hazur, has been Education for Sustainable Development. And it is based on guidance given at the last symposium attended by yourself in 2017, when you mentioned, remember, it will always remain our duty to serve those who are less fortunate, to care for them, and to seek to remove their pain and hardships. So our theme reflects the ethos of the education scheme that IAA has now commenced upon with your assurance and with your guidance, and it will ensure that the long-term sustenance of education is brought to the people of Africa, and so that the pain and hardships that you speak of may be truly removed from those people. I think that's not very right. So anyway, Hazur, first of all, let me start with the actual work we have done this year, and then I'll come back to the education side of things. The model village, as you know, is the flagship of IAAAE, in which we bring potable water and also electricity to the very remotest villages of Africa. And it's amazing that last year, when we went to Niger, the mayor of Niger mentioned when he came to the opening ceremony, he said, in our belief, it is said that if you can get electricity and water to a place, that becomes a city. And you have created a city in the middle of nowhere. So alhamdulillah, if you can say like that, the IAAAE has now done 20 villages, or 20 cities I should say now, in various parts of Africa, in the very remotest parts. Now, what the model village does is provide potable water within the village, provision of lights. Also, there is a local mosque to whom which we provide MTA, and it's actually very great that the impact MTA is having on these local people in the very remote parts of Africa, because it helps them to be aligned with the Jamaat, and truly the prophecy of the promised Messiah that when he comes, Islam will become one. We are truly becoming one community. In the model village, we also have community center, and we have also sanitation, toilets, and we provide education as well. And we have also started constructing roads in some of the villages. This year, we have done 3 villages, or I should say in 1819, one in Benin, which is partially completed with a population of 450. In Mali, we have just completed a full project, and I shall show some pictures on that one. And in the Gambia, we have got also partial completion of a project where at least the water is now flowing, the lights will follow afterwards. We have already planned for next year. Hazur, these projects take quite long. They take up to 18 months. So you've got to start very early, and then you'll find it will finish in the following year. So we have already started working in Ivory Coast, Niger, and Tanzania. And inshallah, we hope I'll be reporting on those ones next year. The work on a model village starts by using drones. So we have to need a very accurate landscape of the village, because we want to make sure that the water will flow in the right direction, and so we start with drones. And then we get pictures from these drones. And there's an example of a picture from the drone. And this is actually in 3D, so you know exactly what is the height of the village and which is the high point, which is the low point, so the water will flow in the right direction. Now, in the village project that you've just seen, we've provided 9 tap points, a 15-liter tank, 1,300 feet of the water pipe was used, and more than 5,000 meters of armored cable was used to make sure that 15,000, sorry. 15,000 liters of water tank capacity, and more than 5,000 meters of armored cable was used to make sure that we can take electricity around the village. That's the water tank. It is 15,000 liters. So we move on to the next one. And here you are, Umar Saab, working with local people. We make sure that the local community is engaged very properly. And in fact, when we go to these countries, the Amir Saab and the Jamaat there will provide us with the necessary local people who are going to work for us even in the long term. So we give them long-term employment as well. And then afterwards, when something breaks down, they know exactly what needs to be done, and we don't have to come all the way from Europe to repair it. We can have our local people do the repairs. So there are some work in progress, and this is how our members sleep. They find it more comfortable to sleep outside. And so they've got these tents because they find when I went to this place, I think the temperature was about 45 degrees, and I didn't want to sleep inside. I'd rather sleep outside. And I remember when we went there, the Murabbi Sahib said, when you come to our place, I'll take you to a multi-star hotel. So I didn't know what he meant by a multi-star hotel. So when he took me to my room, it was so hot, and I said, no, you take me out. As I was laying outside, he said, now look up. You see all the multi-stars? This is our hotel. And so that's what I got. This is what we get. And there is a Humanity First school there, so we provided water and other facilities for the school, including electricity. And these are some of the aspects of the systems that we use. This is the battery bank. And this is the array of panels. All of them cost money, but alhamdulillah, we get them from China at very competitive prices. There's another one on solar panels. And then at the end of it, these are the water points, so people can drink. And these water points in this particular village, there were 9 of them around the village, so people don't have to walk very far. And at night, electricity, and the mosque is also lit, and so in the middle of nowhere you get excellent light. And we also have, this is the battery room which we use, and what we do with the battery room initially is because our boys, when they go there, they want some sort of good facilities, so part of the battery is turned into a toilet, proper toilet, so that they can use and have a shower there. They prefer some comforts of the West, and they get that. And then we have also for the local people public toilets as well. And then I visited there recently, and then when we completed the project, alhamdulillah, everyone is praying. And there you see many happy faces. There's a message from the village chief here. He's very old, I think he must have been about 80 years or so, and he said, please give a special message to us. He said, I have not got long to live now, but I never thought that I would have electricity in my house. I never thought I would see the face of the Khalifa, and today I can see his face on the television when we switch it on in the mosque. So this is the great blessing of the work that we are doing. Now I come to the Water for Life work. This is again our annual report here. We've rehabilitated 90 pumps, but also nowadays, we have almost completed 2,700 wells over the years we've been working, and some of them are starting to break down as well. So we've got now a proper system where we don't just carry on building new ones, but we go back and repair the old ones as well. So there were 60, and these
19 or 90?
90.
90.
And then on top of that, 60 we repaired again because you have to repair fully. And then we've also, you see the 9 deep boreholes. I think it was certainly my wish, and I'm sure, Hazur, it was yours as well, that we should start drilling ourselves. And so in the last year, alhamdulillah, by the grace and mercy of Allah, we have actually started drilling. So if you see some of the next few pictures, this was this is the total figure, as I said, almost 2,700 water pumps we have done. Next one. And again, these are some of the pictures of the work we keep doing, and our teams there. This is team in Benin, okay, and rehabilitation projects, and this is lifting of water tank, African style, right? And this is our solar well system, Hazur. In this one, you get solar power to lift the water onto the big tanks up there, and then it distributes to the rest of the town. This is actually done in Morogoro, in Tanzania, where there is a Jamia there, and so the Jamia is also benefiting from this project. We have had 21 IAAA members from Germany and Switzerland. They also attended solar well training course in Hamburg. The Lorenz company who does this gives us free courses, and we send our members from Europe to go and study with them, and they help us maintain the latest work. Here, this is the drilling operation I was talking about. This is in conformity with Humanity First. They provided the drilling machine from Germany, and then we carried out some works, and you'll see some of the work that our engineers are doing. And alhamdulillah, last year or this year including, we have done 12 new boreholes, and alhamdulillah, we shall continue to do more of these. This is our engineer, Nayyar Afzal, a very active member. Now I come to alternative energy, and in this one, we install off-grid electrical energy systems, and whatever we've also started is we've been looking at how we can use wind turbine. Up to now, it's not been very successful. It's been difficult because you really got to get the wind in the right place and the right speed. But now we are working on what we call small-scale wind turbines at very low levels, and there we found that even with very small wind speeds, we can make it work. And we feel that if we can work on this a little bit more, it will be possible. We shall have less dependence on equipment from Europe and China, which will make our work even cheaper. This year, we completed almost 100 systems, assessment of 50 existing systems in Uganda, 25 new installations in Burkina Faso, 25 new installations in Gambia, and 25 new installations in Guinea-Bissau. The first one, you see the line in Uganda. Again, Hazur, these are systems we have already provided and worked with, and now they need to be rehabilitated, to be repaired. And that takes a fair amount of time, so our teams nowadays make sure that the work we've done is also assessed properly. This is our team working in Burkina Faso, where 35 systems were installed in 2007 and 11, and now they're going back and repairing them. And these are the systems. You can see the culinary delights of Africa being enjoyed by our team there. And now in Guinea-Bissau, which is a new country for us, you see our guys working here. We put 25 systems there as well. I don't know much about health and safety, but there we are. And so this is the end product which you get. We want to see your face and the face of MTA in the very remotest parts of Africa. So this year, Azur, by the grace and mercy of Allah, we also built 2 beautiful mosques. We completed them in Dar es Salaam, Tanzania, and in Bamako, Mali, Mubarik Mosque. And as you see, this is the mosque in Dar es Salaam. It's a very beautiful, right in the middle of town. It was a complicated and complex project because there was an existing structures there. We had to go around it, and we had to build the new mosque from there, and of course new office block as well. So this one, we demolished the old mosque and built a 3-story mosque with a capacity of 900 worshippers. And the mission house was 5-story reinforced concrete structure, residences and guest wings, including library and some offices. There you see some other photos of the minaret and dome. And you see the office block and the residences from the park outside. And as you can see, very high quality finishes for the mosque there. Now the other mosque we did this year, Huzur, which we completed, was Mubarik Mosque in Mali. You can see it's a very beautiful structure, and it really is. I remember once it was completed, people started coming around and asking, who has built this mosque? Because Amir Sahib did not want them to know initially that this was an Ahmadi mosque in case there is bad publicity. So by the grace of Allah, it's many people come there. And the second Jummah I attended there, it was full of it was 1,000 people on the ground floor. And out of that 1,000, I would say 800 were non-Ahmadis. So alhamdulillah, the message of Ahmadiyyat has started to go out from this beautiful mosque. As I said, it's a 2-story mosque to which was added a basement for offices, and then there's a 3-story office, residential and guest wing. And this is the residential and office block. It's a beautiful courtyard. It's amazing, you know, the temperature when I went there, it's about 45 degrees, so yet it looks so cool and nice there. Also this year, alhamdulillah, the Holland Jamaat have finished Al-Mere Mosque, and we were involved. IAAAE Holland has been involved in the construction of that. And finally, I'd like to acknowledge our deep gratitude to Hazrat Amir al-Mu'mineen for his vision, guidance, and prayers. And in this acknowledgement, Hazur, I would like to add that 1 or 2 years ago, we, the members of the IAAAE, felt that what we have to give some sort of present to Hazur, because, you know, we were like every other member of the Jamaat, very passionate to do some good work for humanity, and through your vision, alhamdulillah, IAAAE has done it so well, and therefore what we thought we could give you is that your name should be remembered in the history of Ahmadiyyat, and therefore we thought of a new project called the Masroor International Technical College. And there you see the conceptual drawings which were prepared by Lajna Germany. They prepared this. I think we got approval for this one. And we have started work on this one. And there you see some of the conceptual drawings. It's in Burkina Faso, the first one. And we've called it international because we hope within time, in every country of Africa, we shall be building such technical colleges, and hope that through that your name will also be remembered in Africa. The conceptual design, as I mentioned, was finished by Lajna Germany, and we expect the cost to be about 350K. So far, alhamdulillah, by the grace of Allah, so our members have promised up to 200K, and I'm sure with time we will collect all of it, and we will be able to give you a wonderful present. The courses which in this college will be they are not at the very top high level, but at this level you find that there are no such colleges. So this is, you get electrical wiring, solar power installations, electrical, industrial, air conditioning, carpentry, welding, and masonry, this type of sort of what you would call high technicians who would do this type of work. And for that there is nothing. Okay. And we've already started the courses, Azur. These are trainer of trainers. They will afterwards train other Africans in their village, in their countries. We have now got 20 trainers who are working there. I've shown you pictures of some of them. MashaAllah, Umar Sahib goes there. We interview them, make sure they're the right caliber of people who are then going to take the message of good workmanship to the next set of people. And this is the sort of training they are doing at the moment, mechanics, classroom studies, and I think that's clear, lathe clearing. or something like that. Right. Sorry, the attendance is not quite right there. I'll show that afterwards. Okay, then. Right. Okay. Jazakallah.
Jazakallah.
We would like to humbly request our beloved Hazur to present some gifts to the attendees. The first award is to Patricia Haveman. If you'd like to come up and receive the award. The second award is for Tariq Ahmed Saab. The third award is for Firaz Bhatti Saab. Tariq Ahmed Saab for services to Water for Life. Firaz Bhatti Saab for services to Water for Life. Anjum Ahmadi Sahib for services to alternative energy. Faridul Haq Sahib for services to architectural section. Tahir Mirza Saab for services to the architectural team. And Hanif Hendrik Saab for services to the architectural team. We also have some lifetime awards. Abdul Razak Sheikh Saab for services to the architectural team. Umar Ahmed Saab for services to the civil and architectural section. And Sohail Chaudhry Saab for services to the alternative energy team. Sohail Chaudhry Saab is not here. And we are also presenting to the speakers. The first speaker to come up is Hanif Hendrik Saab again. Said Gessler Saab from Germany. Iftikhar Wasim Saab from the UK. So these are for presentations given. And the Lajna we can do after this. Abdul Razak Sheikh Saab again. Abdul Wahid Varaj Saab. Farhan Khan Saab. Haris Najib Saab. And Umar Ahmed Saab. Faiz Ahmed Saab, Noor Shirwan Akram Saab, Kamran Chaudhry Saab, and Munir Said Saab. Beloved Hazur, there are 2 awards for the ladies' side. We can do them later or... Okay. So for the ladies, Hazur is making his way. It's Rizwana Qadir Saiba from Lajna, Germany. And Mrs. Rabia Anwar Saiba. There's 2.
شريك له وأشهد أن محمدا عبده ورسوله أما بعد فأعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم Alhamdulillah, today the International Association of Ahmadi Architects and Engineers is once again holding his annual symposium, and now this time is the concluding session. With the grace of Allah, in recent years, the IAAAE has become far more active, and the scale of and breadth of its work has vastly increased. The IAAAE is no longer working only on a few limited projects associated with the Markaz here in the UK or on certain schemes assigned by the center. Rather, according to my instructions, which I had been giving time to time, members of the IAAAE from the United Kingdom and other countries have now initiated many new projects and are working on extensive and complex assignments throughout the world. For example, the IAAAE is playing an excellent role in construction of some of our mosques and Jamaat buildings, as well as continuing to develop and expand its humanitarian projects. With the grace of Allah, wherever in the world the IAAAE is serving, its members are working in an exemplary fashion and with a spirit of true service and dedication. In this regard, I pray that may Allah, the Almighty, enable all of you to continually increase the scope of your work and expertise. Amongst the various projects, the IAAAE European chapter has worked on. Recently, one of the largest projects has been the construction of major Jamaat complex in Mali and Tanzania, as has been explained by Akram Ahmadi Saab in his report. The complex includes a mosque, various offices in Mali. Mali complex includes mosque, various offices, a guest house and a missionary house. With the grace of Allah, from the photos which you have seen now, and I have seen it earlier, and the reports received, it is clear that the new mosque and associated buildings are both aesthetically pleasing and well designed. Indeed, those who have gone from here or other countries have all reported that the complex is extremely impressive, beautiful and well built. Likewise, in Tanzania, as I mentioned, another complex which began 2 or 3 years ago has now been completed with the construction of beautiful mosque and a separate multi-story building that provides office space and center for other Jamaat needs. The complex has been built in a developed area and has been constructed in a way that has ensured it blends in very well with the other impressive buildings and structures in the local area. With the grace of Allah, these buildings are also providing us with new avenues for tabligh and have increased the awareness of our Jamaat amongst the local people, who cannot help but be impressed when they see the new structures and centers. They are seeing how we use our centers to serve humanity and to try to improve the lives of those who are suffering, irrespective of caste, creed, or color, and to offer a helping hand to the most vulnerable and weakest members of society. Of course, our efforts to serve humanity predate these recent projects in Mali and Tanzania. However, the new complexes have enabled us to further advance our efforts and have made a very positive impression on the local people and are proving a means of spreading the message of true Islam. Furthermore, the humanitarian projects established by the IAAAE continue to progress and develop. For example, you have now completed the construction of 20 more model villages, Alhamdulillah. Furthermore, according to the report I have received during the past year, IAAAE has installed 119 new water pumps, yes, and which provides clean running water in extremely remote areas, whilst 200 other water pumps have been rehabilitated. Moreover, a lot of effort has been made in providing electricity through the installation of solar panels in deprived areas. There are many other projects that the engineers, architects, and other volunteers of the IAAAE from the UK and other European countries have worked on. And, mashallah, their spirit of service and technical proficiency has been exemplary. Hence, in all the different spheres of its work, the IAAAE has been working well, and your services are proving of great benefit to the Jamaat and to the wider society. The members of the IAAAE are working with great diligence, care, and with sincere desire to serve the Jamaat and to alleviate the suffering of people who are living impoverished and desperately tough lives. In fact, some of the volunteers do not even claim for expenses, and so apart from sacrificing their time and providing their professional expertise free of charge, they are even bearing the cost of travel personally. unquestionably such devoted people are working with the spirit of a true waqf or life devotee of the Jamaat. I greatly appreciate their sincere efforts, and I pray that may Allah the Almighty reward them immensely for this service and bless their efforts manifold. I further pray that may He enable all of the volunteers and workers of the IAAAE to forever elevate their service to humanity and to the Jamaat. May He increase your knowledge, skills, and capabilities so that your work and service continues to reach an ever higher standard. In addition, I wish to remind all of you that it is of the utmost importance that you pay special attention to establishing a true and lasting connection with Allah the Almighty, and remain ever grateful to Him, and continually strive to improve the standards of your worship. Your sole focus should not be the material work you are doing, but rather building your personal relationship with Allah, the Almighty, should always remain your paramount objective. If you sincerely aspire to attain the nearness of Allah, the Almighty, you will see how He blesses your efforts, and you will come to see the most beautiful fruits of your labor. May Allah the Almighty enable all of you to grow ever closer to Him and increase your efforts to serve humanity in the best possible way. May you all prove to be great assets for the Jamaat, and may the younger generations step forward in great numbers to follow in the footsteps of the older members who have offered years of service. May they learn from the positive examples of their elders and serve with even greater passion, energy, and skill than their predecessors, so that the work of the IAAAE continues to go from strength to strength. May Allah the Almighty continually bless the efforts of the IAAAE, and may He reward all of you for your sincere efforts. Jazakallah. Ameen. Now join me in silent prayer. Ameen.
Figures of attendance. Last year, 97 थे, आप नहीं ना थे, तो this year it's been 130.
This year's attendance, the total number is 137. From UK 88, Germany 25, Switzerland 9, Holland 7, Spain 1, Georgia 1, Belgium 1. So last year it was 99?
97.
97. So, thank you. Jazakallah. What next?